Okay, Mamal from the base. I'm going to be honest that I did not chazer. I know there was chazer over the weekend. I was not privy to be part of it. So I'm going to get a running start. The first 3 minutes of this year might be in a slightly faster pace. So we all could just get a quick chazar in. I'm going to start from the Mishnah. Just a quick diving in. Yontav Risha Chag Shechal Yos B'Shabbos. The first day of Sukkot that falls out on Shabbos. Kol Am Alichan Es L'Vei L'Beis Knesses. You bring your lulav to shul. Machras tomorrow. Mashkim, you get up early. You buy in and you come. Kolech ve'echad. Makir eshaloi. Everyone finds their own lulav and nightly and they take it. Why? With someone else's lulav. The din of lachem. You could be with someone else's lulav. Din number one of the Mishnah. Perhaps din number one and din number two, a chiddush that you actually did take your lulav on Shabbos. We'll see what this is referring to. And point number two, it has to be makir eshaloi. Why? Because it has to be your own. Rav Yossi Omer, and you forgot you were that bozo walking to shul. What's the halacha? You are putter. Why are you putter? Because you were tarid, you thought it was a mitzvah, and you made a mistake, and therefore the halacha is that you're going to be putter from a carbon. We'll see what that means in a moment. Says,
like the Rav just said, the bozo walking through. He should be putter just for the sake that he's.
he's a bozo. Yeah, he's that big of a bozo.
That one's gonna be hungry. Wow, look
that big of a bozo. That big of a bozo. I'm trying to think if you've ever had that. We always no. We always heard stories of that guy that woke up Shabbos morning, didn't realize it was Shabbos, got in his car and drove to shul, then realized it was Shabbos. You wonder if they actually happened. You wonder if they actually happened. But there's like that lore. Like before the days of cell phones, that you picked up your phone, right? You get up in the morning, and 7:00, your alarm goes off. You get in your car, you're not thinking. You drive to shul 7:30. Yeah, I can see it happening. Yeah. Yeah. What was? Oh, you're David. It's a good week. It's a good week. Zog to Gemara, Minani Mili. Where we know this din from the Tanur Rabban? No. Well, first of all, it's definitely happened. This I know many people that have picked up their phone Shabbos morning. Turn
it on?
No, their phone was next to their bed, and they woke up, they're sleeping, and they pick their phone.
They turn the light off in the bathroom.
No, but this is a little bit worse because they're sitting there flipping their phone, and then they realize, oh my gosh, it's Shabbos. That I know people that have done it. Unfortunately,
I don't see my phone out.
Yeah, push it. Says the Gemara, Minani Mili the Tanur Rabban. No, and we're like, them. Should be each and everyone's hands. Lochem, Mishel Lochem, and has to be yours. The height that comes to exclude us as shol, as a guzzle, borrowed or stolen. Mikan Amru Chacham, and Yontev Chavaz Yontev Harisha in Shachag, Pulav Shachavel Kanasla Bim Matan. And here's the story. Meiser Amli Aver Yishuv Erglos Ben Ezer Rev Kim Shayabam Bisfina. They're coming in a boat. Quite the costly lulav. Another Rav Gamliel Yatz, where Rav Gamliel takes its Yitzim and Asher Yeshua b'matan. Another Rav Yeshua Yatz, where Asher ben Azariah b'matan. Another Rav Azariah Yatz, where Asher b'matan. Another Rav Akiva. Another Rav Akiva Yatz, where Echzira the Rav Gamliel. Period. End of story. Asks the Gemara, Lama li lameimar Echzira. Why did it have to say he returned it back to Rabbi Gamliel? Why is that important? Says the Gemara, and this is the end of the Chazar, as we'll dive into new Gemara. Yeah, the last statement. I meant end as in I was forewarning the end is coming. Milsag Avurchei Kamashmlon. Matana Manas Lahatzer is Shema Matana. It is a good Matana. And of course, to think about this for 1 second, it's obviously a Chiddush, because I would think, what does a matana mean? By its very definition, it means it's yours and not mine. If I give you something, you have to give back to me, then how is it a matana? Okay. All the lumdis, all the thoughts of the world, but l'maisli Gemara Paskins, it is Shema Matana. Says the Gemara Kiyodam Rav, as Rava says, Hilcha Esrik Tetzis Esrik Ze Al Menas. Here is the Esrik on one very funny condition. Shetachziruhu li, you have to return it to me. Not only he takes it v'yatzma and uses it v'achzir and he returns it, then yatzma.
Actually, on the shadow, so you're saying the yoitza boy means he used it.
Correct.
Yoitza. Because my question was, like, it says the yoitza boy, and then it says, if you return it to yoitza, you didn't return it, you're not yoitza.
Yeah.
So why
So
did
I'm
you say yoitza twice?
No.
You say yoitza boy means to use it.
Meaning he used it, and that you use it, you are yaitz with it. It's
Then why do we have to repeat?
No.
It should be not love.
Yeah.
Zero yotza.
No. So no love ba means he took it. He was yaitz his mitzvah with it.
Well, my pray, he wouldn't be yaitz.
Correct. So hech ziroi, if he returned it, exactly. Yatza lo ziroi. Frak to Gemara, and this is your identity. Chazar Shalom Rabbi Yankiv Lamli Lameimar Shalach Belev Zos. Why do I have to say it took for 1,000? Kama mitzvahs chavivin aleim. How wonderfully dear are mitzvahs to them. Amalei Marbar Amim Rav Ashi. New Gemara, 5 lines on the white lines. Says Marbar Amim Rav Ashi. Abot Salui Kamatzli Bay. Says Marbar Amim Rav Ashi. Let's look at Rashi. What in the world does this mean? Rashi's a little bit higher up on the page. Have a matzli bay. Have a matzli bay. Says Rashi. Mispalel hayalulavoy biyadai. When he would daven, he would hold his lulav. Why? He had so much love for his lulav. So my father, Tzali Kamatzli bay, he would daven holding lulav. Fascinating. It sounds like the whole davening. It sounds like he was like davening Shemona Esrei, holding his lulav. A little bit fascinating.
What is
okay? Saluye means daven. The word saluye means to daven. That's what Rashi's telling us. So Abba, my father, saluye kamatzli bei, he would daven while holding it. That's what the words mean. Meisevei asks the Gemara. 1 second. Lo yechois adam tefillin biyadai. You're not allowed to hold tefillin in your hand. The Sefer Torah and a Sefer Torah b'cheiko in your lap, v'yispalel and daven. Hold tefillin, not weird tefillin. You can't be holding tefillin. You can't be holding a Sefer Torah and daven. Why not? Says Rashi. Look at Rashi. It's bothering you. It's messing up your thought process. Why? Because you're worried lest it fall from your hands. This is an incredible halacha. This is a large debate. You're not allowed to hold anything while you daven. Around the beginning of the advent of the smartphones, they discuss a sitter, and they say, why is a sitter yes allowed? Because the whole, what are you thinking about? The sitter. That is the davening.
I can see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole. That's what a lulav is made for.
So good, because we have to get to no, but there is a fine nuance. What's the nuance of the chalik? The sitter is the thing facilitating the tefillah. The lulav is not facilitating the tefillah; it's an outside factor that you want to do while you're davening. L'mashal, Sefer Torah. Yeah, I wanted to say Shemona Esrei holding my Sefer Torah. I feel so connected to Hashem holding a Sefer Torah. Beautiful, right? Correct. But your mind. Also, a chunk of your mind is not on tefillah. It's on what? I can't drop this Sefer Torah. It's going to be bad. Oh, he's not davening. He's not davening though. Oh, you could burk him. Yeah. Very good. Very good. That might have to do with the different minhagim. I don't know if I'm saying he's accurate. I have to double check. When you put away the Sefer Torah, this Svar we put away after Ashrei. This Ashrei puts away before, and I wonder if it has to do that. I don't know. But
either way, by Shabbos.
So says our resident Yaki. Okay, but what Dov just said Ashkenaz doesn't hold the Sefer Torah. What does that mean?
No, Ashkenaz they don't Torahs while they sit down.
Okay,
but either way on Shabbos you're holding it.
Ashkenaz puts it away right away.
You're holding it for parts of it, yeah. But we're saying so it happens to be Pashas Shemona Esrei. You know, it is Shemona Esrei. No, but Pashas is Shemona Esrei. Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't want to confuse everyone. The Pashas Halacha is Shemona Esrei. I'm just giving you a Mar Makom that could be part of the Muslim. But now, this is a big discussion that place can discuss if you're allowed to daven from a phone. Some place can want to say no. Because very good, it is a sitter, but there's also the part of your mind that doesn't want you to drop. Now, happens to be, I think this is a 15-year-old psak. I think at this point, I don't think anyone's so concerned. Yeah, exactly. You know, in a chlamim, 100%. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. It's a big difference.
I'm covered.
That's a different story. You're. Yeah.
Now I could daven.
Yeah. No, that's a different story. No, if I was saying a different point that you have to turn off notifications, that's just time between you and God. Yeah. Yeah, that's just between you and Hashem, but
Feel is one browser and then
no, so that's a fundamental shayla.
right.
What is this? Am I allowed to do this?
Browser with a bunch of.
No, am I allowed to do this?
I would say no.
It's a huge machlekes apaiskim.
I have a picture of a
Oh,
Bakama. Can I bring my
oh.
phone? I'm not even looking at it.
Yeah. No, but it's a big shayla. It's a big shayla. Do we say that a computer is bechapsa a davar chol? I don't care. For me, it's told kulei Torah or not. Okay, there's a lot of the tshuvas right about it.
So you buy an
But,
iPad and home shop on it.
Yeah. Okay. Weiter. Let's learn Torah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like it's like a book.
V'lo yashin min mayim.
Okay, so what? When I
You're throwing things.
Then delete everything off of my phone aside from my Divrei Kedusha. I wouldn't be able to bring it into these.
I would say it is different.
Other things on there. Either yeah or not.
Okay, let's go weiter. Chaver, we can hack this all day. I haven't plugged this hack, but I want to learn Gemara. V'lo yashin min mayim. You're not allowed to use the bathroom while holding your tefillin or your sefer Torah. V'lo yishin bohem. You cannot sleep.
But Paskin and brachos that you do. If you're holding it, if you're holding it,
Slow. So I think it's gonna be the same sugya. Slow down. Let's get there. Slow there. Scheinberg famously, Avada, 100%. Let's get there. For lo, he would urinate while using the bathroom. Yeah.
He'd cover it.
Yeah. For lo, we're gonna get there. For lo yashem em yayin. For yisha ben, you're not sleeping them. Lo shinas kevav, lo shinas arai. Period. Okay. Now, good. So what's the answer? We all made a mistake here. You're maybe thinking about Talmud, which I think we had it in both places. But the reason why everyone's raya is right, but it's wrong, you're now wearing your tefillin over here. You're not wearing them. Lo yachez adam tefillin biyad. You're holding them. It's very different. Tomorrow brach talking about wearing them.
no, it's holding that holding them.
Okay, we have to look it up afterwards. Let's go weiter. Vamer Shmuel. You could be you're right. Vamer Shmuel. I don't remember. And Shmuel says, Sakin, the kairo, a knife, a plate, kikar, a loaf of bread, umois, and money. These are all similar. Why are these all similar? Because they're all entities you're free to drop. They're going to get ruined. So what's the kasha after this whole long brisa?
Right, but
Yeah.
top bombs would be
Yeah. We had it there also, right? We what did talk about there?
We're talking about falling asleep with tefillin and putting it on.
Correct.
Bed.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
wearing it.
That's wearing it. That's wearing it.
Here we're talking-
That's wearing it. That's wearing it. Yeah, we are correct. We had it in both
But I think
places.
if you hold it, then you
We had it in both places.
separate.
Good.
Wasn't it-
So what's the kasha? The kasha is, how is he holding his lulav and davening? We see that you're not allowed to hold something while you daven. Answers the Gemara. Hasam over there. Lav mitzvah ninu. Rav Menachem is what you were answering. Vitarid vuhu, and therefore you're thinking about it, and you're not going to daven appropriately. Hach over here, mitzvah ninu. This is the mitzvah. V'loi tarid. Therefore, you're not going to be busy. Rashi adds on one extra word. Whether Rashi is embellishing on the Gemara or not is a shayla. Look at Rashi. Hacha, 8 lines to the bottom. Nitilasa v'likichasa mitzvahi. Okay. Umitoich shechaviva mitzvah alav Rashi. In masa, the caring v'shimura and the guarding kaved alav heavy tim v'loy tarid, and he's not tarid. What I want to point out in Rashi is the Gemara just says it's a mitzvah, you're no tarid. So when I learn the Gemara, I say I could do it also. The way Rashi says it, Rashi gives a little more flavor. I wonder aloud if it's only if you have these qualifications that Rashi said, right? Who is the Gemara talking about? The Gemara started off with a story. That's what we started today. Mar bar Meimar. It told Rav Ashi, my father. So maybe in a Chanami, if you're at this level that every moment holding this entity is Azach Hashivos, then maybe. But okay, I don't know. That's just a thought in Rashi.
Rashi's explanation.
Yes.
I think will be just the opposite. Meaning,
Because it's too much.
the mitzvah
It's too much.
and
It's too much.
requires kavana or nafshava. So then,
It could go both ways. Go both ways. Very nice. Go both ways. Or you can say it's so much. That's what Rashi's saying here. But yeah, in a Chanami. Tanya, we learned in a Braisa.
don't try to
Rav Elazar bar something go Imer. Kach hayamin haglon shalan Yerushalayim. Such was the meaning of those who lived in Jerusalem. Adam Yotzim Beisai, he left his house. Lulava biyadai, his lulaves in his hands. Hailech lebeisai Knesses. Lulavai biyadai. He went to shul. He's holding his lulav. Kairei kriyishma umispalel. And guess what? Lulavai biyadai. He's holding the lulav. Kairei batayra. V'naisias kabav. They laid. They dochin. Maniach al gabe karka. They put it on the ground. Hailech levakar chaylim. They go to visit the sick. L'nachem avilim. And guess what? Lulavai biyadai again. Nichlas the Beis HaMedrash. What? Yeah, mamish. That's it. It's an extra limb, right? What's the joke? It's a third hand. Nichlas the Beis HaMedrash. Mishkar lulav biyad benoi. Once you get to Beis Medrash, you send the lulav to your son. Biyad avdai, biyad shluchai. Why? Because now the last Rashi says, when you start learning, now you're focused on the learning, and you're worried that the lulav is going to fall. Says the Gemara, my kamashon. What's this whole brisa? Kach layam minagam shalashu yishlayim. Says the Gemara, leidiacha kama hayaz rizin b'mitzvahs. How zoris they were, how their alacrity, the zealousness that the lulav was a mamish, a part of their body. Let's go, Javait. Rav Yosi Omer, I think this was easy Gemara. Rav Yosi Omer Yom. Rav Yosi says that the first day falls on Shabbos, and you're that bozo that goes to shul. What's the halacha? Pot. Amar Abaye lo shanu el shelo yatsa boy. Says Abaye, you know when you're potter from a carbon is only shelo yatsa boy. You are not yotzei your mitzvah yet. Avol yatsa boy. If you are already yotzei the mitzvah, chayiv. You're chayiv. What's going on over here? Look at the tab Rashi. Lo yishanu. It's a little counterintuitive. So let's let the Rebbe Rashi explain. Oh, Rabbi, the baby's learning Torah. I love it. Lo yishanu. Tepater. It's Gemara's of Yechon. Who was it that brought the baby in the cradle? Mamish to hear Torah. Lo yishanu. Zak Rashi. Tepater from a carbon. Elish lo yotzi de chayvas nitila. If you are not yotzei the mitzvah, kaidem shayitziai, before you walked out into the street. Why? Because the hashta, what's in your mind? Torah v'mitzvah. You're focusing on, I have to go shake the lulav. V'tarid, you're thinking about that only. V'tan, you made a mistake with var mitzvah. And that's the chiddush, that if you're thinking about a mitzvah, and you by accident violate Shabbos, it's not called a shaking and there's no carbon. Aval, however, Yatza by Kaidim. Let's say you already took the lulav. Shayit siyai sulay tab b'dvar mitzvah. You're not thinking about the mitzvah. V'loy tared mehashta b'mitzvah saisa. So you're chayiv. What's the
What
problem?
I'm saying is that before he went to shul, he already made bench.
Pretty much you did. Oh, what's the problem? What's called benching lulav? What do you have to do? Pick it up. No, you don't. Why do you flip over your ass? It's because the moment you pick it up, you're right for the mitzvah. So we want the bracha to be chal beforehand. So we flip it over, so we're not doing the mitzvah. Macha bracha, then flip it back. Frag the Gemara. Hamid agbe nafach ba. The moment you pick it up, hamid agbe. The moment you picked up your lulav and esrog, nafach ba. You're already yaitz in the mitzvah. So what does that mean? You were or you were not? Answers the Gemara. Merabaye kishe hofcha. You flipped it upside down. Rava Amar.
This the teachers that you're supposed to flip.
Oh, this is actually an interesting thing. I think I have to check this. I don't think there's actually a makar that you flip it upside down for the bracha. I think this is the makar. Because you see from here that when it's upside down, it's Rava Amar.
It's a practical.
Yeah. It's also Zbeya in Achanami. Rava Amar. Afilu tema shlayavchay. Even if you didn't flip it upside down. Hachmai eskinon kosher itziyai. Bigly. You're holding it there? Frakti Gemara. Ravu Dama. Rava is the opinion that says. We learned Rava back in Avlamid Zayin. Lekicha devarach shma lekicha. You're still yaitse. Answers the Gemara. You're right, but hani mili derech kavod. It's only if you're holding it in one covetic manner. Derech bizayin loy.
Zion way or it's not?
What's bizayin? 1 second. Zak Rashi. 1 second. What's derech kavod? From bisudur, like a handkerchief that's wrapped your hands in it, and then you're yotze. But if it's derech bizayin, not bizayin, could be kaira. If it's in a bag, if it's in a kli,
So the guy,
then you're not
the guy,
yotze.